What's up, YouTube? How's it going? Maybe it's when it's worse when it's a tick away from your entry, skies to profit, and then buy out the top of it. Yeah. No, I feel you. I feel you. I've done all that stuff before, but I know me. I know me. When stuff like that happens, it's just a snowball, and it just gets worse and worse. So I've literally closed everything. I'm not touching a single trade today. Done for the day. All right, top wick here on NASDAQ, rolling back over just a touch. Can't really go anywhere. Apparently, this gigantic snowstorm that was going to pummel us on Saturday is moving north. So if you're in, I guess now we're getting nothing. If you're in Ohio, Indiana, you're going to get everything now. All right, NASDAQ here is still chilling so far. So no order flow. No, I definitely use order flow. You asked about deltas, though. I don't use delta. Delta is not order flow. Delta is an options chain analytic. I don't use deltas to analyze entries. I do use order flow, and I do use 3Cs. Top wick back over. All the way down right here, looking for a little bit entry. Let's go to the 5-minute. Nice little red. Just kind of just doing its thing. Overall, though, just pinned. Looking across, we've got NVIDIA is putting on a little doji. Apple, Microsoft, everything big pummeled red out of the gate here. But there we go. Google, Meta's coming off. ES is dojied out. NASDAQ is holding 160. We're halfway in this little bit of a bounce range, though. And if they give that out, which, I don't know, they're kind of starting to kind of pin down this little low side. 164, 165. But that's it. If they give it out, you can play down to 0.3 or so. Of course, the 3Cs, confirming with the 3Cs. But right now, it does not like that 150 mark on NASDAQ. Just keeps tapping that 150. We have put buying, call selling at the moment. So they're not buying calls, they're selling a bunch of calls. So I'll be watching for that to play out. The S&P here is stuck at 68.51 despite that they're dumping everything. They're dumping all the calls here. And the S&P is still flagging at 68.50. It's been a very weird pre-market last night, man. I got an alert for volume on gold, and I opened up the gold chart, and it went straight up the entire evening. Like just squeezed the entire evening. It makes you wonder, all that notional value that's wrapped up in gold, how much money do you think it takes to keep something so large rocketing for 12 hours? You popped your vein in your head metaphorically? Yeah, metaphorically, not literally. If you look at gold, like how much money do you think it takes for it to go up straight up, nonstop? I mean, we're talking hundreds of billions of dollars to keep a name just straight up like that. Not to mention, not only on the 5-minute scale, but on the daily scale. A lot of fake money, $100 billion. Oh, the NASDAQ is dead flat. Let me get the YouTube going, baby. Took my second payout on Top Step last night. It's good stuff. Here's for 3 more. Hopefully we're getting 3 more on this account. Although if I keep getting stopped out to the tick, then that's probably not going to happen. I'm just kidding. What's up, YouTube? How you doing? Those metal moves overnight are disgusting. They are disgusting, man. It's crazy. It's fun to watch, though. I have a lot of fun just watching it. Is Top Step any good? Trustworthy? It's not as good as TPT. TakeProfitTrader is the king. Which, by the way, today we are starting the TakeProfitTrader $1,000, $100, $1,100 giveaway. So if you want to give away, if you want to get involved, Sign up using the OMTPT code starting today. We'll keep it open for 5 days, just like last time, and that'll enter you in the competition. First person to have a funded account on TPT open for 30 days while actively trading will get $1,000, 100 cash from me. There's still one person in the running for the previous competition. And if he gets it, he'll get that money still too. I really appreciated the email TPT sent out yesterday. 100% I did. Yeah, I actually emailed them and said, hey, thank you for sending out that email. It makes it easy to do business with y'all when they care about that kind of stuff. Straight cash, homie. Do I own any physical silver? Nope. I had a bunch of silver, but I sold it all when it was in the 20s, lower 20s. I think $22 is what I got for it, something like that, way back in the day. Well, this is pretty terrible. I have put selling, call selling, both of them at the same time. I blew up 2 funded accounts shorting gold. Lesson learned, I will not trade anything at all-time highs. No entry long. Think about we're going to higher by squeezes. Yeah. Well, you're dealing with history here. This is absolute history, and it's very difficult, because the mind looks at the chart of silver and gold, and I mean, your natural instinct is to say this can't go any higher like this. Like, it's going to be a beautiful short, but it keeps on going. So even BlackRock came out and said gold and silver doing what it's doing is the start of a new monetary system. People are devaluing the dollar and valuing silver and gold. And it's the start of the new monetary system. It's crazy. So if you are holding gold and silver, do not sell it. Do not sell it. All these credits I'm making, these USD credits, are probably not going to be worth anything in a couple of years. I'm like, please, give me some silver. All right, new low of the day for NASDAQ here. We have more put buying and call selling all the way down. Largest daily volume on gold was Tuesday's candle, largest since October. Uh-oh, that ain't no good. ES, NASDAQ are just flagging. What's up, Phil? How you doing, buddy? Oh, man. I'm trying to remain upbeat and happy for y'all. It's just a loss. It's just a loss. Yay. 25,130 coming down. Well, I'm on the 5-minute here. I'm just looking for, we had a volume spike on that candle there at 12 for 25,221. Interesting. NASDAQ, gold, silver, ES. NASDAQ is still just kind of doing its thing, homie. Still heading lower. Nice little red pummel. Happy to be here. Happy to have you here, Phil. Happy to have you here, buddy. So far, this is a pretty terrible open. Pretty terrible open. What's silver doing? Silver's still doing that. Gold, still doing that. There's not too much going crazy here. It's a cycle that repeats throughout history. They abuse the power they're given. Precious metals account for all the fee created eventually. Long way to go. Nice. I do have a lot of silver coins. Silver quarters, silver dimes. A whole crap ton of those. I don't have any actual, like, mint silver. So I might have a little bit left, but it ain't going to be nothing substantial. My dad collected silver dimes and silver quarters and silver dollars. So I have a whole bunch of those. So. But the actual silver mint coins that I sold those a long time ago because I'm a big fat idiot. 31 million here in puts. 128 million calls sold. Big green candle all the way up. Stepping away until the BOJ meeting. I like the spelling of meeting there. It's appropriate. What stocks are most common with your 3 Cs? You can play anything. You can play anything. Anything with volume, you can play with it. That's what she said. Share your pain. You mind explaining your loss? Yeah, I'll show it to you. So I'm an idiot, one, because I don't like trading pre-market, but I did it anyway because I'm cocky and I thought I can't be touched. I've hardly taken any losses the past 30 days, so but I got my PP slapped. So first on NASDAQ, I attempted to short. We had a high volume move lower. I took a position. I set my stop beyond right here, and it stopped me out to a tick and then roll over. On silver, I attempted to play the bounce right here with a high volume inflow on this candle because the high volume came in a little bit early, and I jumped in too early, and it stopped me out there. Actually, my stop was 605. There, that was my stop. So silver stopped me out here, and then of course bounced and rocketed. Now I made boatloads of money. So honestly, my entries were okay. A little bit early. My silver entry was better than my NASDAQ entry. The entries were fine. I was a touch early, which I just talked about in my podcast. That is my number one issue, is entering too early. My patience. And of course, this one cost me. So it was more of an emotional thing. Whatever, man. It wasn't a crazy loss. It's not like it blew me out. It's just an emotional thing where twice now they've ticked me out absolutely perfectly and went back the other way. It's just the emotional management of trading. It sucks. It sucks. Silver's coming back over here. NASDAQ is top ticking 203. ES is there. Just trade silver for a week and NASDAQ will never seem volatile again. You're 100% right, yeah. Yeah, I struggle with premature entry. I need to see a doctor or something. Happened to me yesterday too. I almost want to put in a 5-minute timer on when I think. Yeah, definitely. I blew a funded account yesterday because I'm an emotional idiot. We're all idiots, man. We're all idiots here. They're straight call selling here. They're selling puts though too, so this is a call seller's day. Nice little bounce back up. That was a high volume bounce on the 1 minute, but we're still just kind of range bound here. I got smoked on the 1 minute entry with silver yesterday and blew my account. If I waited 5-minute close, it'd have been a different story. Yep. You see how fine that line is though when you're dealing with something so big? Silver, man, it's just such a monster that it's just, you got to be so timely. You have to be. Any catalyst today? We have some minor catalysts at the top of the hour, but I think the main catalyst today is going to be Trump's comments around Davos, which sounds like something. It sounds like a city from Game of Thrones, like King's Landing. Your Grace, they're in Davos today. I got burned on my funded, but I passed for evals copy trading silver. Nice, Dr. Phil. Big green candle. They are buying calls and selling puts here, people. Be careful shorting for now with the option chain looking like this. It's trending back towards bullish. I'm pretty sure there was a Game of Thrones character named Davos. They say prostitution goes through the roof when WF meets there. Yeah, I'm sure there is, yeah. And pedophilia and all that stuff, because that's what our world leaders are. I got to be careful today. I got to watch my tongue. When I'm on edge, I say stupid stuff. Barcoding. Yep. Coming up, I'm looking for a retest of 256. Let's zoom out a little bit to the 15-minute. We are just kind of toying with the overnight highs at the moment, 25.242, and we're just kind of chilling. If they take out this 242, you'll put a probability on recapturing. Davos Seaworth. Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah, that guy. Let's call him Sir Davos. Yeah. You say true things, though. I try to say the true things. Yeah, definitely. All right, a little bit of red here. Today is bookmap day, by the way, so it'll be at 10:30 Eastern, and we'll switch over to bookmap stream. FYI. ES is kind of grinding. Silver appears it wants to wipe out this 93.86 level. This is now, what, 4 attempts at this level? R2Y is just straight up. NASDAQ is still going here too. Silver coming back over. Just took out that level here, and we're getting into this meat and potatoes of support. You see this support level for silver is going back to yesterday evening into this area. And we do have a little volume spike on that candle there. NASDAQ is still grinding. There we go. New high. Very aggressive call action there, even though they sold a bunch off. But a straight put selling, 450 million put selling here. 450 million put selling. High volume silver. Hi ho silver. Hooey. 93.7. It's not as high volume as I would want to play. The higher the volume, the more the confidence you're going to get. Now, since I don't have a stop at 93.6, it might actually continue to go down. And just watch out for 93.57 there. But if you go back and look, I mean, there's a whole bunch of support here. We have a bunch of support the past 2 days. Trump just wrapped his speech in Davos. There we go. Silver still going. Extraordinary. Now we have volume coming in. So what's going to happen? Volume spike. Give it a few potatoes. Let the momentum shift. And then you place a long position. Otherwise, it's going to keep sliding on you. It's going to keep sliding on you. And silver is an absolute unit. An absolute unit. NASDAQ just took out high of pre-market highs, by the way, and still going. There's no volume spike on NASDAQ whatsoever, and they're drastically selling puts. It's a very bearish setup for NASDAQ right here. Did I say bearish or bullish? I meant bullish, but I think I said bearish. Silver. Bounce on volume. 1 minute candle. Are we looking for 93.82 for confirmation? Well, yeah, that would be the 1 minute even. The 5 minute, you need the same thing, 93.89 for the 5 minute confirmation. And the 1 minute, of course, is already failing here, but yeah, 93.89 would be good. There we go, a little bit of a green. NASDAQ just skyrocketed. Straight on, put, selling, call, buying. Fade my positions and it'll be profitable. Today, yeah, that's true for me too, so we're in the same boat, homie. You know what? You ever read the book Flowers for Algernon, where they take that dude and make him super smart, and then it wears off, and he goes back to being who he was? Like that's me today. Like the past 30 days wore off this morning, so I'm hitting the brakes. Oh man. 25, 270, 285. Give me something, baby. Give me something. All right, see that volume spike? See the volume continues to go on silver? Look at that. Still pounding into that support. Still pounding into that support. Is it going to go or not, though, is the question. Into this. 93.84. I feel like patience might pay well. I think so, too. Yeah. Definitely feel a little bit better. Definitely. All right, there we go. There's your payoff. You see what I mean by pumping the brakes just a little bit? Bottom wick with volume, and there it goes. If you just pump the brakes for a couple of minutes, you can get much cleaner entries. Right there, baby. Right there. I need to make this like this. There we go. NASDAQ is still going. Took an entry on the break and added more to the retest. Nicely. Hey, congratulations on your profitability, buddy. I like it. There's been a lot of people this week actually that have DM'd me that they are taking either their first payout or their multiple payout for the first time in a month. They've taken more than one payout for the first time, which is fantastic. Which means things are working, things are clicking. At least I can do something right. It's like the movie Limitless, taking smart pills, except when I stop, I didn't retain anything. The only kept that was donuts. You know, NASDAQ there. NASDAQ-aroni, baby. NASDAQ-aroni. Going for that 25,300 level again. Yeah. Looks like it. And you know, y'all know where my eyes are on NASDAQ. Down here with the volume. And of course, I'm not, like I said, I'm done trading for the day. That's my personal system, is that when stuff like that happens, I shut it down. You got to hit the eject button. If I'm in a single engine aircraft and the engine goes out, I'm ejecting. So, if the aircraft is unrecoverable, I should say. So right now, me personally, however, I'm still going to try to guide y'all in the right direction. And I'm looking for volume here. NASDAQ's coming up 25,300. We have no volume spike on the 1 minute, so we don't really have any good 3Cs so far, except so it remains bullish. Now the puts are being sold at an incredible rate. The put selling line on Hero looks like the gold chart last night. I mean, it's exponential. I mean, it's like somebody told the market makers that the put buying is plane tickets to Epstein Island. I mean, they're just going crazy with it. All right, 25,300. Still no volume spike. Silver, beautiful little bounce. As long as that holds, it'll confirm. Nice moves. NVIDIA, there. NASDAQ is putting on a straight ripping and a tearing. We are up 300 points since the overnight bounce and still going. And they are, I mean, look at the put selling, just straight up. You think gold over test 48.10 today? Man, it's crazy. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Monster move on NASDAQ. Monster move on NASDAQ. Absolute monster move on NASDAQ. No volume spike, no top wick, no 3Cs. It's just straight ripping and tearing. Right here. 25,320. I'm looking for volume. 326, 330, 340, straight up. Squeezing. That's an incredible move. Just looking for volume. You have to remain long bias until you see volume. Otherwise, this thing is going to keep on going. 336. 900 million puts sold, and they're buying calls. No volume. 330, 340. Still going. Still going. Straight up. No selling. What can they do? What can they do? Incredible, incredible move. You would think this is a 5-minute chart. Nope, this is the 1-minute chart. That is algorithmic squeeze right there. Algorithmic squeeze. What can they do? $323, $320. We have a little bit of collective volume here, but nothing crazy. No singular sell orders right there. It's just kind of just drifting. 320. What a freaking move. 1-minute chart is insane, straight up. Small, small red, of course. We haven't had 2 1-minute red candles in a row since 940. 320 holding. Silver still rounding over here, waiting for the 3 Cs on that one, on the 5-minute, of course. 325, 320 on NASDAQ. There it goes, 330. Another top wick, but still holding. 325, 330. If it takes out this level, it's going to keep on going. 950 million puts sold. It's going to keep on going. There it goes. Another top wick. Sellers keep on trying to tamp it down a little bit on the 1-minute, but there's no volume spike yet. Squashing the VIX, yeah. Yeah. Just watching right there. Top wick down, 329. Holding 330. Absolute nutty chart, dude. Seeing this on the 1-minute is obscene. But with no volume spike, that's the only thing. That's the only option. Look at the puts. It's just obscene. Top wicks, top wick, nothing but going, baby. No volume, straight going. Look at that. Nothing down here. No volume whatsoever. $325, $320, just chilling, $330. Absolute zero propensity to sell after a 200-point rally on the 1-minute chart. The 1-minute looks like a 5 or 15-minute chart. It's crazy. Could be a reversal area. I'm not seeing a lot of signs for reversal here. This is way too algorithmic. I mean, the algorithms are literally tooled to buy right now. There's zero volume spike. I mean, we could get a reversal or maybe just a top tick here. Who knows? But I mean, right now, this looks like rocket ship. It looks like absorption for rocket ship here. But when the 1-minute chart looks like this, man, the algos are turned on. And usually to turn the algo off, you need volume. You need volume to stop the freight train. Because I think what's going to happen here is bleh, just a big old green 20, 30-point candle to really shove it down the market and get the volume spike. But I think we need the volume spike to do that. We'll see, though. We'll see. 330, 340. You didn't get notification for the live? That's odd. They're buying back a little bit of put there. They're buying back a little bit of put, selling off a little call. The calls aren't bullish at all. There is zero call buying on this stuff. Zero. No call buying whatsoever. It's just straight put selling here. Killing the VIX. And so far a 200-point squeeze on the 1-minute. That's some of the strongest trend on the 1-minute I've seen in months. That's some of the strongest continued trend on the 1-minute I've seen in months. So we'll see. No volume yet. They're bottom wicking every single little move, no matter how small. They're bottom wicking everything, just kind of flowing here. They are buying some puts here, so the options are shifting just a touch. Just a touch. They just sold off, they just bought back 400 million worth of puts. And we're going to see what we're going to do here. We have an itty bitty little red candle. Itty bitty little red candle. They are buying back some puts. Instant bottom wick, of course. 319. Giving Bob Ross vibes today. Look at that. Every single little red candle's bottom wick. Look at that. Hammered it. Hammered it. 250 points on NASDAQ on the 1 minute chart, and not a single lower low on the 1 minute chart. That is obscene. That is obscene. Look at that. That should probably get us higher. That should probably get us higher. No volume, though. Still no volume. That is obscene. 325. 744 million put buying. Another red candle instantly bottom wicked on the 1 minute. Up 200 points on a pre-market long. Nice. Well done, Bandit. Well done. If you're just joining us, I'm not touching a single trade today, so I am no trades today. I've already closed out everything. So we'll see what happens. Another red candle here, but of course instantly bottom wicked. We're going to see what happens. 318, 320. 726 million put buying. 320, 25, 320. I just realized y'all can't even see the charts. I apologize. There you go. 320. We need to take out this 317 area to get you a possible 3C, even though there's not a lot of volume here. So it's hard to call 3Cs when we're not getting a singular volume spike here. Market does not like the 315 area here. We'll see. They are selling more puts and buying calls, so the option chain is not supportive of bullish at the moment. Hanging out right here. We'll see if we can get us a possible 3C, but other than that, it's just chilling. Just chilling. 318. Can't go anywhere. They are straight selling calls and buying puts. The option chain is not bullish. The option chain is not bullish here. So they're selling calls and buying puts at the moment. But the order flow is not bearish at all. So what happens? Which one's going to win when the option chain is not bullish, but the price action can't even hold a single 1 minute red candle? There's no selling volume. Look at this. Massive green move. Possible silver short. Look, if NASDAQ takes out this 340, you're going to see at least a 70-point move up higher here on the 1 minute. It's going to be a squeeze if it takes out the high and holds. So you got to hold under it. And then, of course, if it holds the low, you'll get your 3C. Let's see what we can do. Oh, man. Another top tick. Back and forth. No volume. Can't do anything without volume. All top ticks are bought up. All bottom wicks are bought up. ES. Flagging. Silver. Nice little 3C bounce there. Recapture. 325 on NASDAQ. Not going anywhere. Trump speaking, yeah. Markets are straight up. Not a single lower low on the 5 minute chart. On the 1 minute looks like just a green monster here. We have calls selling. There's not buying any calls here. They're not buying any calls here. Let's see. Hanging out. 25, 320. Can't do anything. This is some incredibly boring price action. Incredibly boring price action. Just give me a volume spike. Still selling calls. They're not buying calls. Just give me a volume spike. Give me a volume spike. Give me a volume spike. Just chilling. Just chilling. Just chilling. 320, 318. NASDAQ is stuck in like a 5-point range at the moment. Still selling calls. Still selling calls. NASDAQ's 25, 318, 320. $315 in NASDAQ, just chilling. Just chilling. Still selling calls. 100 million calls sold. They're dumping calls here. We might have a retracement, but right now it don't look like it. Nothing. No volume, no retracement. It can't even close a lower low here. We're just chilling. Large red move right there. Finally. Finally. Silver might be worth a watch. Calls, they're selling a bunch of calls. Trump Q&A just ended. Nice. Like watching paint dry on gold. Banner at the top blocking the chart. There we go. I'll move it down. Apologize. Sorry, I got to show the banner. It's the best prop firm in the industry, man. I'm trying to lead y'all to teach you how to fish, baby. Volume spike there at the 10-10 candle. ES kind of drifted lower. Let's go take a look at silver. Look at that volume on silver right there. Highest volume candle today was a top tick. Yeah, baby. Bottom wick back up. Gold rejects from POC. Nice. NASDAQ going, baby. They are buying puts and selling calls in the S&P, but yet the price action is insanely bullish. Insanely bullish. So not a matchup here on the flow of the options. And the price action. At the moment. Top wick on NASDAQ. Top wick on the old NASDAQ. Can they move lower? Can they just chop back and forth? Trying to do something. Trying to do something. Are they tipping their hand for what's to come? It's possible. I mean, this is odd behavior. This is very odd behavior to see this type of call selling and put buying, and the market just keeps on going, going, going. So, yeah, we'll see though. We'll see though. We will see. Trump said if Hamas doesn't agree to the peace deal, it'll be blown away. Yeah, he says a lot of things. I don't like any of this. So now we're predicting not to get any snow whatsoever. We're just getting an ice storm. It went from 24 inches of snow to no snow. How does that happen? How does that happen? When he said call me daddy today, it cracked up. Yeah, he's crazy. Do you think some big algo trader is trying to incite a buying frenzy before they unload? I don't know. I don't know. In order to do an index, maybe if it was a single stock, I could believe that. But we're talking about an index. I don't think any one player can do it. We're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars here that we're dealing with. So there could be, some kind of shenanigans like that. But in terms of this type of rally, I don't know. And even still, I don't know. That doesn't really help me. So I'm going to play what I see. Of course, today I'm not playing anything, but ours went from 6 to 8 to 16 to 20. Defunded NOAA. A little bit of a top tick there on NASDAQ. All the way down. What is going to break first? Are the buyers going to break first? Are the sellers going to break first? It's just disgusting. ES is flying. 68.80. Look at that. CES is one there. NASDAQ is there. That is a sweeping top wick with volume. But, of course, they bought it back up. Man, what a freaking move this is. RTY is absolutely rocket ships. Look at that. Look at that. Booyah. All right, so let's zoom out. Let's zoom out. I mean, 24,424 is really about it. But that is an absolute monster move there. Absolute monster move. Absolute monster move. Whatever the crap this is monster price action. 370. Blastaroni with volume. But, I mean, this is nuts. This is some of the strongest action we've seen in months and on NASDAQ. It's just freaking going. Look at this. Wow. Now, we do have volume on this candle. So this closure of this candle will be very important. If they engulf it green and don't top wick it, then I'd say we're probably going to take out yesterday's highs. So just keep on going, baby. Keep on going. If they crush this candle, which I don't think they're going to do, then you'll have a 3C possibility. Small top wick. Bottom wicking the top wick. Crazy stuff, bro. How do you bottom wick a top wick? Volume. I think the government is using their stock from NASDAQ to buy Greenland. Hey, I've heard of crazier stuff there, Damien. It even said we're getting rain. Like rain? Yeah, 7 degrees. Well, they said it's because it's the winds aloft. The winds aloft are very warm, meaning we have an inversion layer. We have very cold air on the bottom, on the ground, but up where the rain and clouds are, it's warm. That's why you get ice storms, because you have this superheated warm air, drops of precipitation, and it comes down to this cold weather, and it freezes on impact. And that's why you get rain or ice storms instead of snow. And that's what's happening. It's also a good way for planes to get wrecked. Small little single engine aircraft. Watch the metals. NASDAQ just top ticked. No offense to California. My daughter's technically Californian. This insane price action is very difficult to trade. Maybe like yesterday, not trading. That's nothing wrong with that. This is, right now, we had our first high volume spike on a top tick of the day, which is a 1016 there. And of course, it's bottom wicking. So we have the options, which is not, the options are not bullish. The options right now are selling off the puts and they're selling off the call. They're buying puts and selling calls, but the price action is insanely bullish. Insanely bullish. So NASDAQ just goes, baby. Now, which one's going to win is the question. Which one is going to win? ES with a small top tick. I long silver early and I'm paying for it. You and me both, J-Dog. You and me both. Man, there's got to be a possibility for a pullback here. There's got to be. The option chain is this. Yeah. I mean, here we go. Here we go. Top tick, high volume 3Cs. There you go. There's your first high volume 3C there. But the option chain the way it is, man, there's just something's got to give. And I don't mean the movie with Jack Nicholson. You're getting our first free of the season, 25 degrees. Nice. Possible long play on silver. Where's my stupid silver contracts at? There it is. Ho! Look at that on silver. Wow. All right, we just popped to 93. Now we're coming on down to 92.45. Now there's a whole bunch of structure right here-ish. Wow. I shorted silver early and I paid for it. It wiped out 3K in minutes, closed up my account, so all I had to do was wait. Yep. Telling you, man. Patient, man. It got me today, too. Got me today, too. It's a little difficult to differentiate between Scopcon and the line color charts. Both look white. All right, here comes the S&P and tech. We have heavy put buying, call selling right now, so the options do not look bullish. The price action finally gave us a 3C top tick, and we're just kind of just chillaxing. We're just kind of chillaxing. I have to mute. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Apologies. All right, silver is putting on a beautiful, beautiful high volume spike at the moment. Beautiful high volume spike. It is confirming, or not confirming, it is bouncing off of the level from yesterday or Monday morning with extremely high volume there. So we'll see if that's going to play out and do something. If it can get a bounce and give us a 3Cs, this could be a pretty healthy position or an opportunity. It could be a pretty healthy opportunity. There's a big green right there. Please review the bad trades. I already have, but all that to say is that right here, I just quick summary. Market dropped. I tried to play long on silver right here. Let me make sure y'all can see it. And I set a stop right at 605, which was right here. I played along on silver. I set my stop. It tripped my stop right here on this yellow line and then bounced all the way back up. I did it again. The same exact thing happened on the NASDAQ short. But, like I said, if you want to review it, go back on the stream and review this morning stuff here. So, all right, so they just put in a new low on silver, still holding. And we'll see if they can confirm anything on this particular silver move right here. If they can get a higher high on silver, it'll be a good moving on this position. So keep an eye on silver. This might have a great opportunity if you can get a 3C. Now the 3C on the 5-minute right now would be 93.06. On the 1-minute, you need to get over right here at 92.66. That is an algorithmic run. We have a tremendous amount of volume, of course, so we do have some volume support. We do have minor bottom wicks, but you need a higher high. Trust me, with silver, you need a higher high. You need a higher high. Do not front run silver. Take it from me. Take it from me. NASDAQ is just freaking going. What a beast, dude. What a freaking beast. Silver keeps trying to test the bottom limits, man. Testing the bottom limits on this red stuff. A bit of big green move there. If silver can bounce and hold, it's going to be a tremendously monster move. Tremendous monster move. You're in it? There you go. Look at that. If it can hold 92.65, you will have a low confident 1-minute confirmation. Key word there. If you can get on the 5-minute, it's going to be the gravy train with biscuit wheels. Grandma's going to come over, although Grandma's not coming over to my house today. I already said, Grandma, I'm not hungry. I can't have biscuit wheels today. But she can come over your house. Let's go, baby. That's all you need. That's all you need right there. You ever had biscuits and gravy, Phil, over in California? Do they eat that kind of stuff in California? Yeah? Nice. I don't know if that's like a deep south type of thing. Oddly enough, you know what the best biscuits and gravy I've ever had? It's a place called the Little Diner in Vail, Colorado. And it was by a Swedish woman. The Swedish woman owns, little old Swedish woman owns the restaurant. Best biscuit and gravy I ever had. It's granola and gravy. Avocado and toast with some smoked salmon. All right, y'all, I do have to hang the stream up here to switch over to Bookmap. If you're on Discord, I will post a link to the Bookmap stream. If you're on YouTube, you're going to see this stream end. You'll see another one on my channel pop back up within about 60 seconds. If you want to get notified for that, please hit the like and subscribe button so you get notifications for these streams. Other than that, I'll be back here in about 60 seconds. I'm out. See you.